this time as well, and he's turned this program into an underdog and a team that wasn't thought of as contending for Big Ten championships to winning their first ever postseason Big Ten championship in their home gym last year.
They want to make it to NCAA championships. They were right on the cusp, but that's why their motto this year is it's time, because they have the talent, they have the work ethic, and Mike Rowe, head coach, thinks that this is the year they can make it happen.
It's time, he said. That's a direct reference. We got to be in that final eight. We got to be in the final meet of the year after being in the Sweet 16 past few years. So on vault, a school record score just came in and the highest score in the country this season.
Yeah, Amy Doyle really getting the stick party going for Michigan State on vault. Just a freshman and is able to have these sticks be contagious. Nikki Smith, 1.5. Legs flew together, powerful off the table. Finds the landing, no problem.
We thought last week was good for Michigan State. Stuck 4 out of their 6. They go 49-6. Their score as a team on vault today.
Not only the highest score in school history for Michigan State on vault, but it's the highest score on vault across the country coming into this weekend.
Well, before this weekend, the best was Florida, 49-5-5. And the last 3 years, especially on vault for Michigan State, they have ascended nationally. Came into the day 4th in the country, and now the best of the season tonight. So back-to-back weeks of a bunch of sticks on vault for Mike Rowe. Now to the back half of this meet, floor and beam coming up. Before that, we will step out. Number 5 versus number 6 in the country in women's gymnastics. And 7 national championships going back to 1997. That's the 3rd most national championships in the history of the sport, just behind Georgia and Utah. That last one in 2018. And Janae Honest was on the team. And you've been part of a couple of those individually. All-around champion. Great work on the beam after your Olympic time. And I'm spoiled to be with the two of you today.
Oh, well, thank you. When I was an athlete, all I wanted to do was be sitting right here in this chair. So full circle moment for me to have success here as an athlete and also as a broadcaster too.
And Miss Val, who built it all. 3 decades of excellence as the UCLA head coach.
Such a legend. She was my college coach, Janae Honest's college coach, and proud to know her, proud to be coached by her. She was very close with John Wooden, used a lot of his teachings that, you know, I still remember and think about today. It's special to have her here. Val
Condo's field won all 7 of those national championships, retired in 2019, and still a consistent presence in this UCLA program. This is UCLA's beam lineup, led off by Emily Lee. It's UCLA trying to stay undefeated in Big Ten events. They're 5th on the beam, and this is where their strength really starts to get amplified. Back half of the meet, Sam. 5th on beam, 2nd in the country on floor. I know you couldn't wait to watch both teams go at it on the floor. Michigan State 12th in the country.
These two teams are just so fun to watch. They have big personalities, and it really shows up in their gymnastics, especially on these last 2 events.
Michigan State went 4.95 on the floor a couple of weeks ago, their season best. It's Emily Lee to get started on the game for UCLA, averaging a 9.8 in her career.
She's been a really solid leadoff athlete. I think of all 4 events, this leadoff position is the most important. Front aerial, split jump. She's done a nice job really owning this leadoff position. Acro series, back handspring layout. Does a nice job being calm and cool throughout this routine. The rest of the lineup feeds off of this position. You can see she's visibly breathing through this routine. She doesn't look nervous, but the breaths tell me that she's managing those nerves well. Better for your lead-off athlete on beam. Excellent job from Emily Lee.
Head coach Janelle McDonald summed her up perfectly. Lead-off legend, Emily Lee.
Back handspring into that gainer full dismount. Stuck landing. Nice job. Only 4 inches wide. And you can see a little shuffle right there on that layout, but her upper body was actually still. So hoping for no deductions, or at least minimizing those deductions, even when you're crooked on beam.
Ellie Beaufay, the first from Michigan State, on the floor.
She's been in this lead-off position for 3 years now. It's gone really well. She's comfortable here. Double full twist. This event, good opportunity for them here today.
Well, they hit their low at a quad meet at number 2 Florida a few weeks ago and have responded with their best 2 meets on the floor. But as you said, they feel like their ceiling's even higher on this event. Jordan Childs out of the 2 spot on beam for UCLA.
She wasn't in the beam lineup last weekend. I asked head coach Janelle McDonald, what's going on with that? She said, honestly, it's taken us a little bit to find the right routine construction. She has the ability to do so many skills, so they were struggling to figure out which ones for her to put in this college routine. They feel confident in the routine they've put together. She's aggressive. And let me tell you, she is not happy with her bar routine. So coming to beam with a little bit angry energy is actually helpful. Angry beam routines are the best beam routines. Wow. Finishing on high releve. Good recovery on that side aerial. Learned a new dismount. She actually learned 2, but this is the one they've settled on. Round off double full. Great job for Jordan Childs getting comfortable back in this beam lineup. Really nice back handspring layout step out series. Here's the recovery, slight adjustment. She lifts her heel But you see, she doesn't react. She doesn't add wobbles to that routine. She just places her heel back down. Here's the new dismount. I think it's going well for her.
You like that routine?
Yeah, I like that routine. She does look comfortable and confident there.
All with the context of trying to bounce back from the bars routine. Michaela Tucker, 2 weeks ago, she went for her season high on floor with a 9.875 against Michigan.
Double twist. She does such a good job of making sure she gets all the way around on that rotation. Another hit routine for Michigan State. They're continuing that momentum, and they're going to want to continue to improve too. UCLA is on their way. Opening pass is a combination pass. Front handspring, Rudy to a back layout, step out Rudy means it's a 1.5 twist. And then that double fold, legs glued together. That's called an E pass, meaning it's a little bit more difficult than some of the other passes we're seeing.
Beaufait's score for Michigan State, and the leadoff spot came in at 9.775. Back over the beam with Shea Campbell, who saved the meet last week with her beam routine against Illinois.
Yeah, they had uncharacteristic wobbles. She followed a fall, but head coach Janelle McDonald said she couldn't be more proud of how the team flipped a switch to settle back in a large part to Shea Campbell. This team is working on their mental resilience, and even though they had some mistakes last weekend, their confidence actually grew because they were able to not make that little mistake turn into even more. Handspring, layout, slight bobble there. Under rotating that switch half. Throughout this routine, you see her eyes glued at the end of the beam. That really helps keep your balance. What I call the #1 rule of beam is keeping your eye at the end of the beam. Finishing gainer full off the side, not her best. Honestly, she has the potential to do a much better, more secure routine, but she didn't fall. So it's continuing that momentum for UCLA. Powerful back handspring layout. She hikes it down at the end. Her toes are off the side of the beam. Nice save there. UCLA is most likely going to hope to drop that score.
It comes after 3 weeks where she was right in contention. A 5th place, 4th place, and 3rd place finish. For Campbell, a season best of 9.9. Possibly a drop for UCLA today.
But not a drop in energy.
No. Delaney Harkness follows up Beaufait and Tucker. on the floor for Michigan State.
Last week she had a 1/10 out of bounds deduction. Opens tuck full in. Sometimes in a competition, you have so much adrenaline, it's tough to keep your front foot planted. If there's any movement of the front foot, it's a deduction. And this is a nice tuck full in, but look at that front foot. You see it slide. That is still a deduction that the judges are going to be looking at.
So here's Brooklyn Moore's one of 3 Olympians on this UCLA team. Brooklyn Moore's for Canada. Jordan Giles won the silver in 2020 in Tokyo. Paris in 2024, gold medal. Team Philippines also represented with Emma Malabuyo.
When I asked Coach, what's the goal on beam this weekend? She said, working on performing and looking like calm confidence while we're competing. But no one does that better than Brooklyn Moore's. She looks like she's moving on the floor, which is what makes her so beautiful to watch on this event. Places her foot down on the beam, nicely done. Very crooked on that, but actually adjusted mid-air to minimize any deductions. Veteran move for her. Tuck full off the end, just a step on the landing. This is called a switch leap half, and you see her arms cockeyed, so she has to save it at the end.
With their family watching from Ontario today, Brooklyn Moore's said that her family will get a chance to make it down from Canada for her senior meet later in the winter. Now Gabby Stephen on the floor for the Spartans.
Unique opening pass, but still want to keep the heel planted. floor party and to have so much fun. I think they're having a little too much fun because I want to see more control on the landings. That's where the judges are deducting the most for Michigan State here on floor.
How much does what's to come with UCLA and their floor party get in your mind as a competitor for Michigan State?
Well, they have a bunch of performers on their team right now, too. A lot of high-flying, tumbling passes. But what's killing them right now is those landings and keeping the front foot planted. So we'll see if UCLA can do that next on floor.
Sienna Alipio, beam specialist. She's been top 5 in every meet this year on the beam.
People always ask me, how do gymnasts look so comfortable on beam? And for me, there's 3 rules of beam. Look at the end of the beam. Oh no. The second rule of beam is finding your arms, and the third one is get to your finish position. And unfortunately, she wasn't able to do that, which is why she had a fall here. The important part now is for her to pretend like she didn't fall, which is tough to do, and have a strong rest of the routine. Really unfortunate mistake because the rest of this routine is looking really solid. That means UCLA is going to count Shea Campbell's 9-6-7-5. Risky position since they're so close to Michigan State here.
UCLA's best event to come on the floor after the beam. Malabuyo still to come on the beam for UCLA. There's Nikki Smith. 2 perfect 10s on different events in her Michigan State career, including on floor.
landing. That should be their highest score on floor so far, and it's all because of those landings. Tuck pull in, just a slide with that front foot, but here is the highlight for me. Tuck pull in, that's the slide first pass, but the last pass, this is a highlight for me because of how solid her landing is. Watch her front foot, no movement.
And Gabby Stephen, the captain for Michigan State, loved that.
This is a big meet, big opportunity. That team, Michigan State, knows how big of a moment this is if they can capture the win here today.
Michigan State has won 11 consecutive Big Ten regular season meets. 9 9-0 last year, 2-0 start this year. Judges are still talking over that last beam routine from Alipio. Emma Malabuyo set to anchor UCLA on this event.
Oftentimes when there's a judging conference, there's a discrepancy on start values. So I'm curious to know what they're talking about right there. Putting a lot more pressure on Emma. She knows that she needs to hit this routine. Otherwise, UCLA is going to have to count a fall on beam. She's doing a good job. Whenever you're being iced out before a beam routine, you got to keep moving. You got to keep breathing, dancing. But Emma's a veteran, so she knows how to handle this pressure.
Janelle McDonald called her Buyo Beam Queen. That's her nickname for her.
And she is so good on this event, so you're going to see why.
The Olympian, the two-time All-American, Emma Malabuyo.
Last week, Emma scored a 9-9. Really solid back handspring layout. What's impressive to me is she knows there's a lot of pressure, a lot on the line for her to make this routine. Oftentimes when gymnasts are nervous, they are tight. They don't go as big for their skills. They're not as aggressive. They don't perform. And Emma is doing the opposite of that. She is really rising to the occasion, not taking anything off of her aggressive beam work, her performative routine here. This is a big moment. UCLA needs this. Couldn't have done it better.
With pressure surrounding her, Malabuyo delivers.
Strong, she's got this. She had that confidence in herself, carry it through the entire routine to stick that dismount. Really big moment for her.
A terrific anchor for UCLA. First or second in every meet this season. And now the anchor on floor for Michigan State. The 2024 All-American, Skyla Schulte.
She is so fun to watch on this floor routine.
The 8th in the country, her season high came a couple of weeks ago against Michigan, 9.925. It's been a major boost to an already talented team, getting her back from injury the last 2 weeks.
And it's her birthday today. Happy 22nd. She's going to start this routine with a lot of difficulty. Tuck full in. That means it's 2 flips, 1 twist, all before she lands. See a little bit more rotation. Had to take a step, hop forward. Not the best routine I've seen from Skyla. Because of that last pass, she took a hop forward. But man, it's still so fun to watch her do this routine. She has fun, but so does her team.
Floor party and birthday party.
Yeah.
For Skylar Schulte on her 22nd.
They love it.
So that does it for rotation 3. Number 5, Michigan State. Number 6, UCLA. Coming down to the final rotation, and one you're not going to want to miss. UCLA, number 2 in the country, on the floor. The floor party is coming at Pauley right after this.